Hello guys, my name is SakurArts and welcome to another voiceover tutorial. In this case, what I will be bringing you is a very basic tutorial, but very important, which is about how to prepare the cold porcelain for working, okay? So you have two ways to use this material. This material is already prepared for you to work, but it has a great quality, that is that it allows you to add color to it before you start working, so that will help you out so you don't need to paint afterwards, and you can dye the color direct in the clay before you start modeling. Okay, so that's what I will be talking about today, how to dye the clay and how to preserve it. So in this case I have two different materials. I want to say this video is not sponsored by any brands, so but I want to share the materials I currently use for working, but I currently work with different brands. Okay, so these are the ones I use the most, the ones that I have more experience with. And in this case I have Nicron Classica and Nicron Soft, which both have different characteristics and different terminations, different results. So I use them for different stuff that I want to sculpt or model. So it's very important that with practice you will learn which one is best for you, and what use you can give to any of these ones. So in this case, what I will be using for dyeing the clay is artistic acrylics. So these you can get in any library. These are like color painting, but a bit more professional. They are not very expensive and you can get it very easily. And of course there are many colors in this. In my country, the brands I currently use the most are Eguarte and Monitor. So this is the color I use for a skin tone, which is medium skin tone. I don't really use the other lighter skin tone because it's too pale for my liking. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to dye it and how to keep it, how to preserve it so it won't dry. Remember, this is air dry cold porcelain. Do not expose to high temperatures. Okay. So I will be. This bag has a zipper here, and I will be opening and taking a piece of clay. Of course, your hand needs to be clean. So in this case, I'm going to take a little bit to show you. For example, skin tone is, for me, is the most important. So I'm gonna take just this. And I'm going to use a little bit of acrylics. And then I can start doing this, trying to mix it, but if possible try not to stain your hands, okay? If possible, but it's not always possible. So the idea about this tutorial is for you just to see how I do things, basic stuff, and for you so it's easy for you to find these basic tutorials. But I will be also working on some projects that I have in mind. Of course, the projects that I will be working on are going to be very simple. In this case, I've chosen some characters from Studio Ghibli, and I will start with something very simple, and then we can start raising up the difficulty or the complexity. How complex are the figures going to be? So in this case I want to add some more because the color is yet too pale. So I'm going to add a bit more, and after that of course I'm going to wash my hands. This called porcelain brine. I know it's very easy to find in other countries too. I've seen it on eBay too, so if you want to get the same material I'm using, because of course it will be easier for you to try to imitate the techniques I'm going to teach you, if you have the same material. But of course, you can get any material you want and start trying. The important part is for you to feel comfortable with it, okay? So the more experience you have with the material, the easier it will be for you to work with it. Okay, so this should be it. I'm going to wash my hands now, and I'm going to show you how to preserve it. Okay, I already washed my hands, but in this case I have to take a little bit of clay. I'm gonna take a piece and I'm going to use it on my hands, just in case there is any fluff, to remove it, okay? Because I don't want anything on the clay when I'm going to start working with it. So if possible, if it can be cleaner, it could be better. But okay, in this case, I will remove this. Make sure the clay has good texture. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a simple bag. This is plastic bag, supermarket bag, and I'm going to wrap the clay inside of it. And after that, I can twist it and cut the excess, okay? So this way you can store the clay and keep it fresh for at least 4 to 5 days and use it with no problem, okay? But if you keep, for example, when this package gets empty, if you reuse the package and put the dye clay inside the bag, inside the plastic bag, and then you put it inside the other bag, the original bag, and of course close the ziplock, you can keep it up to 2 to 3 weeks, okay? So of course the clay will be useful for a longer time. But in the case of Nicran Soft, I like the termination it has because it's very similar to foam, to like this foam. The texture is it's very similar, but since the clay is already dyed in white color, when you use the acrylics, the color is not that intense. In this case, classic Nicran Clásica is always a little more intense than what you're seeing. If you, for example, if the color is this, then the termination will be a little bit darker, okay? Okay, in this case I have already dyed a little bit of Porcelain Nicran Soft, and this is a termination of it. So the color is not as intense as I want it to be, so probably I will be painting over it later. And I want to use it for my neighbor Totoro umbrella, so that will be the first project I will be working on. In these video tutorials. That will be sort of more of an open class, because it will be recorded in real time, and I will be showing you for real how to do it from scratch, okay? So the difference between one and another is that this one is a little bit more translucent and the termination is a little bit more elastic. So I like it better for sculpting flesh, hair and clothes, okay? And in this case the termination is more similar to foam and the texture is more similar to foams, and so I like, for example, making a thin layer of it, letting it dry, and then I can cut it with my cutter. That's what I'm going to use it for, and I use this clay very much for making swords, armors and weapons and things like that, okay? Because this one keeps better texture and this one sort of shrinks a little bit, like 10%. So I rather use this one for sculpting bodies, anatomies, faces, etc. Okay, so as we said before, I'm going to take a plastic bag, and I'm going to wrap it with it, cut the excess, and then I can keep it. The point about this clay is that you have to use it very quickly after you dye the clay, because if you leave it fill with storage for a couple days with the bag, the texture might get a little bit sticky and over moist, so it might be difficult to work with. So I usually only dye the clay that I'm going to use when we are talking about the Nicron soft, okay? But in the case of the other Nicron, I can keep it up to 2 to 3 weeks if I keep it inside the other package too. So in this case, I don't really care if I dyed a too big amount of clay, okay? So I hope you liked this video. This was very short, but of course it was important, and I wanted you to have it on a separate video, so it's easier to find it, in an easier way, and it's going to be very useful for any project we are going to build, okay? If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, so YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video tutorial, okay? So now that you know the basics, remember to stay tuned so you can start learning how to make your own enemy figures. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video and thank you for watching. Bye bye!